Hi, this is Denise from Whole Plant Food for Life, and I am at Glacier National Park right now, and I'm going to show you what I eat when I'm on vacation, and specifically at a national park where there aren't very many grocery market options. We do have an electric cooler, so that does help, but most of the places we're staying in don't have a microwave or a kitchen except for one. We're here for 2 weeks. So we packed a lot of food, and I can't wait to share everything with you. So first off, I'm going to talk about the kitchen tools that we brought with us on our trip, and that includes this electric cooler that you see here, and basically you just plug it into a car adapter or into a wall. So when we were in the hotel, we plugged it into the wall outlet at the hotel room. I really love this cooler because we were able to store veggies like greens and carrots, and opened up almond milk, so it came in handy. The other thing we brought is this Coleman double burner stove, and we did use this for a couple nights when we were in a glamping type of a tent, but we didn't use it for the rest of the trip, and it did take up space in the car, so I wouldn't recommend bringing it. But we did use this jet boiler that you see here, and what it is a tiny propane tank that boils hot water really fast, and it's great for backpackers food or dehydrated food, and you just pour the water in and there's your meal. So highly recommend the jet boiler. And most hotel rooms will have a coffee maker in it, so you can use the coffee maker to make hot water for your oatmeal or whatever you need. Another essential item that we brought is this knife set, and it comes with a cutting board, and it just folds up, and it's great, super convenient, and the knives are really sharp, and they come with a little protector, so it's awesome for vacationing. As far as plates, at home we use Corelle plates, but I didn't want to risk cracking those, so we use these stainless steel bowls and deep plates. And as far as utensils, we brought our metal ones from home. Now on to the snacks. So we brought a bunch of fruit, apples, bananas, oranges, and lemon for salad. We also got organic applesauce, which is just apples, and we also got rice crackers, corn, and also rice, and just plain unsalted, unsweetened. We also brought peanut butter and sun butter, both unsalted, unsweetened. And this is what our little snack looked like with the nut butter on the rice cracker. I love these snacks too, called the That's It. It's literally just the fruit. It's like a fruit roll-up, super delicious. And we got seaweed also from Costco. My kids like that. This one does have a little bit of oil in it, but I know that there is some seaweed that has no oil, so that's an option. This right here is Huckleberry, and it looks just like blueberries, and it tastes very similar to blueberries, but Huckleberry grows wild in Glacier National Park, and the bears love it. We learned that the bears eat 60 pounds of Huckleberry per a day. So that's a lot, but it was really delicious, and we did enjoy buying that from a local farmer. So those are some snacks we ate, and now on to meal options. Before we left to go on our trip, I made a bunch of Yukon Gold potatoes, and I put them in a container, and this was my dinner for about 4 nights during the trip. I also had it with carrots. So it was a really simple meal, potatoes with carrots, and it was super satisfying because I was hungry after all the hiking, and anything tastes good when you're hungry, but it was just super convenient to be able to pop them in my mouth, and my kids wanted them. My husband did too. They were pretty popular. So later in the trip, when we did stay in a hotel with a kitchen, I was able to make more. And last note about the potatoes, it's a really great dinner because it's a clean food. So you're gonna go to sleep feeling good, and in the morning you're gonna wake up feeling energized and great, not weighed down from maybe a oily meal at the restaurant when you're on vacation. So it's a perfect dinner when you're hiking, camping, or anytime really when you're on vacation. So next let's talk about breakfast. Every breakfast while I was on vacation was oatmeal, and I was loving it. I didn't get tired of it at all. Typically we have rolled oats at home, but for this trip we brought quick oats. It's not shown in this picture, but quick oats was just easier and faster. And we ate it with bananas, raisins, sliced almonds. We also had this backpackers dehydrated oatmeal, but we didn't end up using this. And we also had the instant packets of just oats, no added sugar or anything. So those were convenient. As an extra topping, we also use dehydrated fruits because that keeps really well when you're traveling. And so these are the options that we had, and it's literally just the fruit itself in the ingredients. So for the strawberry, you see that the ingredients is just strawberries, so super healthy. And I did prefer having fresh bananas, but after a while we did run out of our bananas, and it's really hard finding bananas in Glacier because it's a tropical fruit. Glacier is a mountain town, and so the two don't really go together. But I did end up finding bananas in a gift shop at the end of the trip, and they were $1 each, so expensive, but I didn't mind buying 5 of them for $5 because I really missed my bananas. As far as other meal options, we did bring brown minute rice, and this is super convenient because rice is so hard to make when you're traveling, but this one cooks really fast and easily. I brought a few bottles of California balsamic, and these are the 3-ounce bottles, and they don't need to be refrigerated, so they keep really well when you're traveling, and there's just different flavors, sweet and savory, just to add flavor on any of the meals that we were eating. Next, we brought these packages of vegetable paella, and this surprisingly is SOS free. It's just grains and veggies and the ingredients and herbs also. We got it from a store called Cost Plus World Market, and we just bought a bunch of these, and you just cook them over stovetop, super easy and super healthy. So I was loving this item. Another meal we enjoyed while in Glacier is this Amy's alphabet soup. And this is low fat, and it has 0 oil in it, shockingly. It reminds me of the Chef Boyardee soups I had as a child that were super unhealthy. But this is vegan, and it doesn't have oil. It does have salt and sugar, I believe, but the fact that it has no oil is very shocking for a soup, and so I was impressed by that. So my kids like it. You can also add some veggies to make it heartier and more filling. Another meal that's great for travel is tacos. So we brought corn tortillas, refried beans that are fat-free and no oil, and we brought sun-dried tomatoes that are not marinated in oil, and greens, and we also had the brown minute rice with this, and it was delicious. The next meal is quinoa, low sodium garbanzo beans, sun-dried tomatoes, California balsamic, and I really enjoy this because it's a simple meal full of protein and super healthy and simple and low calorie. I also added some of the greens that we had in our cooler, and I just shredded that with my hand and sprinkled it on top of the meal. The next meal we enjoyed on our trip is Ezekiel bread with vegetarian baked beans, and this is oil-free. And we just stored the bread in our cooler. You can leave it out, but we put it in the cooler since we had it. You could just throw some greens on top and you have a yummy sandwich. Another great meal is green lentils with quinoa. We brought the lentils but didn't end up eating it because we had so much food and we just didn't eat it, but it is a great travel food. Another great meal is sandwiches, and we had Ezekiel bread with miyokos and marinated bacon tempeh, and also greens. The tempeh shown here is the original flavor, but we had the marinated one, and the miyokos is a cashew cheese, and it's pretty pure. It doesn't have any oil in it. So that's the original flavor of the miyokos, cream cheese type of cashew cheese. So super good, and I also drizzled some California balsamic on top of the greens and closed the sandwich up, and it was so delicious. My daughter likes to have as a snack Ezekiel bread with miyokos spread on top, and you'll see that's what she's eating here, so she loves that. And I didn't show it here, but of course you can also have peanut butter jelly sandwiches or peanut butter banana sandwiches, peanut butter strawberry sandwiches, or any kind of nut butter, but that's definitely a good vacation travel food. The last food item I want to talk about that's great for travel is backpackers food. And this is dehydrated packaged food that you can eat straight out of the package. You just add boiling water from your jet boil, or you can boil it over your Coleman or whatever. If you have a stove in your hotel room, if you have a kitchen, you just boil the water, add it to the container, and you just let it sit for about 15 or 20 minutes. It cooks the food for you, and it's awesome. These are all vegan packs. There's so many different varieties here, and we've got 3 different brands that we purchased for this trip. One is called Backpackers Pantry. This one here is called Good to Go, and we also got one called Food for the Soul. Now, some of them do have oil in it, but the last 2 brands called Good to Go and Food for the Soul are super healthy. Some of them are made with like organic ingredients, and they are trying to be really healthy backpackers food. So I highly recommend dehydrated food, and here's a couple more options: pad thai and Louisiana beans and rice. That one was really salty, but it was vegan, and it's, you know, something that we eat as a one-off. So it worked for us. It was really convenient, and convenience is key when you're traveling. No one wants to spend time in the kitchen when you're traveling. You want to be out seeing the sights. And so here's my husband and my daughter in front of a gift shop by Lake McDonald, and they're enjoying their dehydrated food. So while traveling, we really did try to eat our own food, but we did eat out at a restaurant 2 times. We ate at the Many Glacier Hotel, and I had a lentil burger, which was whole food plant-based. We also ate at this place called Dandelion Eatery, which is also whole food plant-based, and pretty much my meal was just potatoes and a bunch of veggies. It looks like it did have some oil in it, but it wasn't processed. It was all plants, so I was super happy with that. And my daughter wanted the Huckleberry hazelnut vegan cheesecake, so we got that. And the restaurant had a whole bookshelf full of whole food plant-based books by authors like Dr. McDougall, Dr. Greiger, Chef AJ, Dr. Esselstyn. So I felt like the restaurant got it and understood my way of eating. That was really reassuring. And I highly recommend you check out Dandelion if you're ever in Glacier. So that concludes my food report. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful for you, and if you've never been to Glacier, I highly recommend that you visit. It's a dream. It is a gorgeous, incredible place. You have to see it with your own eyes. The pictures don't do justice, but even still, here are some pictures, and some of them include location names in case you want to visit them. And thank you so much for watching, and happy plant eating. Now enjoy some Glacier pictures and tips.